Makes me look a little less orange now. Tonight, again, we're back with take 2 of what Friday's stream was going to be. Fingers crossed it goes better. Fewer interruptions in the first time around. So the idea with tonight would be that I put out a poll a while ago on YouTube to see what Zane's least useful skill tree was, and obviously it unanimously came back as green. In the grand scheme of things, I think is probably true. The least useful of Zane's skill trees is the green skill tree, because endgame it doesn't really do a lot for you. There are a few interesting things to do with it, but I think ultimately just completely outclassed by blue and red to begin with, and then purple. For early game, it's pretty fantastic, to be honest. Survivability, a shield, all that sort of jazz. Really, really handy. However, like I say, late game, bit outclassed by the others, right? My idea was, hey, why don't we take it, see how good we can make it, and see if we can actually make it viable. Maybe try and work our way through the Maliwan True Takedown. And if we can do that, then, cool. If we can't, well then, it's a bit of a bummer, but kind of to be expected, I suppose. So what we're up to at the moment is just trying to find, because obviously, like, of all of the stuff I've found over the years of having Borderlands 3, playing it extensively, I've kind of just not kept those class mods and shields that I think aren't actually that viable, or that haven't been useful for something like this. So my idea was, let's go farm the bits and pieces that we need. And well, I think what we've found is that yes, it's definitely usable. But I think a lot of what actually does, what helps this build is actually what helps every build. Good weapons, good shield, the best of the best kind of thing. Oh my god, straight off the bat, we got a chubby. Can I make shield back, please? Thank you. Yes, we got a chubby here the other day as well. We were quite lucky with that. So that's kind of the plan. See how good we can make this. What are we rocking at the moment? I should have gone through this before. So we've got, we're down to confident competence on green tree, picking up a few bits and pieces along the way. Obviously, we have 7 out of 5 and 8 out of 5 on adrenaline and brain freeze. So increased action skill cooldown rate and chance for enemies to be frozen, always really good. We also have more shield recharge rate and delay. Ugh. All the bits and pieces down here that kind of buff freezing and increasing time and duration of status effects and stuff like that. So then we've maxed out purple not for any other reason other than it is the second least used, I find. I don't often cap out purple tree, go all the way down to armor and flint, but the bonus status effect is nice and kind of fits with what we're doing with the whole freezing and stuff. Domino effect for extra reload and fire rate, which is really good with things like the Hellwalker, commitment, gun damage, cooldown rate, obviously. Things like Headsman's Hand as well for crit damage. And then we have a few more points in Blue True because it's just too good. Violent momentum, violent speed, violent violence, C in red, and cool hand because it's cool. I did think about going cold bore as well for the bonus cryo damage. May respec to that later, but let's see how we go with this first and see if we can build around this. Ideally, what I'm kind of going for is I don't want to just rely on a seeing dead because it just feels like a bit of a cop-out even with, a different skill tree. Because I think we could pretty reliably keep our shield up pretty well indefinitely as long as we're killing stuff, right? Which tends to be the downfall of this build, because as you can see, my shield is gone, and now I'm just going to have to get it back. But weapon-wise, shield-wise, I've got the usual sort of... I was just trying out a few things. So, as far as inventory goes, I've been rocking the Hellwalker, Needle Gun, Replay, and Butcher. Obviously, Revolter makes this build good, but it makes every build good, so it's kind of what we got. I'll put this down. See, the issue that I have is not that the shield is a particularly bad action skill, because it's not. It's having a full barrier shield around you, reducing incoming damage and all that sort of jazz it's a good thing, but only for early game, because I feel like the damage output and the survivability that you get from things like salvation don't often need the extra health. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like the survivability with red and blue tree has never been really an issue unless you get, I mean, completely obliterated by something, obviously. But I've done True Maliwan Takedown, True Guardian Takedown, all that sort of jazz with a very simple run and gun ZANE build with drone and mantis cannon, and been absolutely fine. Man, this is a good spot for some chubby skag. Ooh, hello. Thank you. What have we got? Ooh, a Shockerator. Wait, who drops the Shockerator? Maybe not the Skexel. What did this guy drop? We get a Shockerator. Interesting. Cool. A Cosmic Crater and a Damned. Did we get two Shockerators from different sources on the same run? Interesting. I was thinking about Expert as well. So the kill skill gives a 35% chance on kill to recharge the Sentinel cooldown and duration, which, yeah, that's fine. You get, what 3 skills have we got? We get Rise to the Occasion, so health regen, always nice. We get another one in Really Expensive Jacket, which is negative 100% status effect duration, which, yeah, that's fine. Bit more survivability, and we get another we get however many in Ready for Action, which is more survivability again. But like, why the drone cooldown? I don't get it. It feels like the Techspert and the Shockerator should kind of be switched, but like even then that doesn't make sense. Respec, and that's why you spend your money first before respecking. So starting with green, 5 in adrenaline. We don't really want to increase maximum shield capacity because it takes us longer to recharge our shields then. I want to know how this works. So Zane's barrier gains the effect of his currently equipped shield mod. Additionally, the shield effects are applied to all allies near the barrier. It'd be interesting to figure out what that actually does. Let's get some health regen. One there. Let's go 5 in Cryo Nova. Let's see if we can get that to work. We don't need accuracy and handling. Health back and confident competence. Now let's go. I mean, that feels good. Now we're gonna go try something else. Also, maybe the slow hand is not the way to go. Now we have all the ammunition. Oh, we try and time that right, it never works. This kind of work. I mean, it works. I do feel like I'm just firing randomly into a crowd of where I think things are. I mean, is this the Butcher? Is this the Revolter? Obviously, keep in mind that I've got the action skill start, but we're not triggering action skills all that often. But like, I haven't even got my shield up at the moment, so I feel like we could take that off. See that? I mean, therein lies my issue. The whole point of this is to try and say, is it worth using? Like, is there a version of this that is as good as what we expect from the normal stuff? Look, it's working. But how much of this is the Butcher? One could say almost all of it. But maybe that's just the synergy as well. How's the synergy, mate? at least if we get through this, it'll be somewhat indicative of the fact that we can actually do it with a less than ideal skill tree. But then equally, it's only less than ideal because we don't have fully maxed out. I guess the usual reason that I max out red tree is for the fact that it's the most versatile build, because you can just run whatever you want to watch. Run whatever you want to watch. Run whatever you want to run without having to worry about the situation, because if it changes, you just change action skill or whatever. It's the most versatile of them all. I do love that that actually works. I mean, viable, doable, but not the best. I can show you one. Oh wait, I put the light show away because it was just awful. But when you use a light show with the shield, it creates visual particle effects that are less than ideal. They just get in the way of the screen. And look, this build for me is just, I guess, the easiest way to reliably spec ZANE. Can you do it otherwise? Yes, of course you can. That's the whole point. This is what I'm really looking forward to in Borderlands 4, is discovering these new things, right? Figuring out what you can do with the new Vault Hunters and which way you can play them, I guess. I mean, if you've seen the video series, we're all about efficiency on this channel. So finding out the efficient ways to do things, like one setup, not just one skill tree. Yeah, one setup on all of the skill trees. And unfortunately, it just, at this stage, it doesn't involve the green tree. It could, I will grant you, it could. Like, we could take all these points out of the purple tree. What have we got? 15, 18 points. And we could dip into the green instead. But it doesn't give us that much more or less. Either way, actually, really. We could just put them in here for the sake of it. It doesn't really help us or hinder us. And then why would you dip in if it doesn't help? Yeah, that's kind of what this is all about. If it helps you out, then awesome. That's all my goal is. Just to entertain and to be helpful. So hopefully I've done that tonight for you guys. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining in. Kaki te ana, ki atawhai. Stay safe, be kind, and I'll catch you next time, eh? Kudos.